welcome to another episode of Jim's Allotment Garden. Okay, a couple of purchases of the week. I got these from secateurs from Asda. Now, I've already got secateurs, but it's always worthwhile having a spare pair. Now, these are only £3 a pair, so I thought for £3 I'd give it a go. Now, I wouldn't suggest that these are, these are most certainly suitable for doing things like raspberries and and cutting through bushes and stuff like that. But if you're going to cut trees, the sort of more thicker stuff, more like my finger or bigger, I would suggest you get a more sort of expensive pair. To be honest with you, now secateurs, as you may well know, you can pay up to £20, £30, £40 for a pair of secateurs. So at £3, really, I think it was worth a gamble. So I'll let you know how I get on with those. I did get a cheap pair last year, not from Asda, from another place, and they didn't last very long. To be honest with you, but I'm a bit ham-fisted with secateurs. But anyway. I think worthwhile if you're in the UK and you're near an Asda. They've got these on offer at the moment, so I would most certainly have a look at that. I mean, this time of year, there's loads of offers all over the place. Really, I mean, I know Lidl has got offers on. I know sort of Tesco, Sainsbury's, Asda, all of the main supermarkets have got offers on and stuff like that. So it's well worth looking in all the supermarkets really at the moment, because you are going to pick up things that are reasonably cheap. Now. The one thing that I've been waiting for to go back on offer at Tesco is this Cuprinol. Now, this Cuprinol fence paint, I actually bought this last year, and it's normally in Tesco's it's normally £10 for a tub like this. Now, at the moment, it's been reduced down to £5 again. Comes in a number of colours. I've gone for the rich oak, which is the dark colour, but there's like a gingery colour. And the sort of various shades of sort of lighter browns, as this is the darkest brown. Now I've gone out and purchased sort of quite a few cans of this, because it's not something that goes off, and if you've got a reasonably big garden with fences and stuff like that, you're going to use it sooner or later. So what I've done is I've gone out and I've purchased a few of those, because whilst they're at £5 a can, really, I mean, if you go into sort of hardware stores, you can pay up to sort of £15, £16, £20 for one of these tubs, and if you've got a reasonable amount of fences to to paint, you can save yourself a fortune. So I've bought this. I mean, there's a few things I need to paint. Obviously the fence, I've got a lot of fence in there I need to paint, but also I want to paint the fencing that goes around the rhubarb as well, because that's looking a bit tatty. So before I move the tunnels around, I'll give that a quick coat. And to be honest with you, really, within half an hour or so, you can paint a reasonable amount of fence with this, with this stuff. If you spend half an hour now and £5 worth of paint, you can save yourself a fortune in fencing, and the time and bother to to get it fitted in. So a bit of preventative painting now will save you a fortune replacing the fence next year or the year after, whatever. So well worthwhile, good purchase from Tesco, and that's £5 a can. Okay, so it's that time of year where we can put the sweet peas, and now sweet peas you can put in anywhere from kind of January onwards, really. I always sow mine around sort of mid-March. I find that that's just about the right time to, because you can't actually sort of put them outside or sort of plant out until kind of May, so you don't want them too big, because in the past I have known people grow sweet peas too early and they can get pot bound. Now, I'm going to be growing these in these square pots from Wilco's. These are a dozen for £1. Seeds also came from there, but I just want to show you, basically it's really easy to grow sweet peas. What you want to do is in each of these pots I like to put about 4 or 5 seeds. You know, you don't want to, you don't want too many, but you want to sort of, the seeds are reasonably sort of big, they're like little black. Now what I like to do is put one sort of, I don't know if you can see this, I'll just show you in a second. I like to put one at either edge like that, and then one in the middle, kind of like that. And you want really good compost. They do grow quite quickly, sweet peas, and they can sort of run out of nutrients, if you like. So I like to plant them in 5s or 4s like this, if it's in a round pot, because you get you know, a nice little sort of cluster of them, if you like, and I find that works well for me. So I'll just put a few more in. Now, as soon as you've got them in, what you need to do is cover them with around sort of 15mm of compost. So you need the compost to be reasonably firm. Now these will germinate in quite a low temperature, so you don't need to worry about sort of too much heat as such. You know, most certainly this time of year, you know, an unheated greenhouse, they'll most certainly germinate. Let's get that last one back in there. So I've got 5 in each of there, in each of these. I've just pushed them down slightly with my fingers, and then all I'm going to do now is just with a little bit more compost, just sprinkle a little bit more on. So basically what you're ending up with is kind of around just over ½ an inch of soil on the compost on the top, like that. Just put a bit more on the top. Now, as I say, you know, they'll do better in a cold frame. What I'm going to do is put a little bit of glass on top of these. So what I always do is end up, so if I get these pots now and just push them down, what you end up with is them just kind of ½ an inch or so below the top of the pot. The reason I do that is what I can do now, if I just show you this piece, what I can do is place a piece of glass over the top like that, and that'll act like a sort of bit of a cloche, and it'll just sort of keep them sort of reasonably warm. But the main thing is, at night when the temperature drops, it'll maintain the heat inside there to keep them germinating during the evening. So, you know, just I'll do another couple of pots on the end there with this variety. This is Royal Mix, and I've grown these quite a few times. It's a nice mix. These are the nice fragrance on them. I'm also doing Old Fashioned Mix, exactly the same way. You can you know, sort of plant them in exactly the same way. And this is the swinging the Blues. They're all from Wilco's, you know, and these seeds are quite cheap, so you know, you can't go wrong really. Now I'm going to be planting these along this back fence here, and also up the side of one of the tunnels. Now sweet peas typically grow around kind of 6 foot high, so you know, you want something for them to climb up, and you know, like a mesh or something like that is ideal for them. But what I'll do is wait till they've germinated, wait till I'll start to see little green shoots coming up. As soon as I see them, I'll whip the glass off, and then keep the glass off, see, and then just let them grow on. But now's the right time of year to be planting your sweet peas. Sorry, just one real quick note. With any seeds really, but you know, when you first watering them, always water them with tap water, because if you get water from your water butt, there can be sort of bacteria or sort of whatever in there that can affect the seeds. So the first time you water them, always water them with tap water. So it just reminded me, this is a cracky little invention. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like a little watering can on the end, and that fits on the top of a pot bottle. Now obviously I've got this on a 2 litre pot bottle. You can put it on the smaller ones, you know, the sort of ½ a litre bottles or whatever. It will fit most of them, and all you do is you can turn that upside down. I don't know if you can see this, but you can water your seeds straight out of the bottle. So basically all you need to do is fill a pot bottle with tap water for your seeds, and then stick that on the end, and then you can water away. So it is really good. It was from the pound shop. I think it was in a bag of 5 of them or something like that, and a friend got a bag. I've looked for them, I've never found them, but if you do find a shop that sells these, put a comment on the channel, because I would like to get a few more of these for friends, because they are a really good invention. And you know, it's a simple idea that you can put onto any pot bottle, and you can water your seeds or whatever. So yeah, top invention. Okay, so I'll do a really quick tour. So these are the hydrangeas, and you can see they're shooting quite nicely. So what I'll do now is cut all of these sort of dead flower bits off and just trim them back a bit. So I'll do those in a little bit. Now the grapevine, as you can see, is starting to bud. So I'm getting buds up here as well. You can see, so that's growing quite well. So that's the second runner there. So I'm quite happy that's started to shoot from there. And then this is the second runner. There's a definite shoot there. I don't think there's anything. Oh, actually, there's one there just at the end. So I think there's a little one possibly there as well. So that's doing quite well. Everything else in the greenhouse is coming on not too badly. Right, so outside, obviously this is where the herbs are. So the comfrey is all starting to come through, so I think that's benefited from having this sawdust on. Wood chippings, I mean. The hollyhocks are growing quite nicely. The thyme and that and the sage that we put in last week, that's coming on alright. I've noticed the mint has really started to grow through now, so the mint's really coming on. Coming round here, as you can see, that's where the asparagus bed is, where we put all the stuff. This comfrey here did shoot, but the frost had it, so it is coming back though. I don't know if you can see a bit of green down there. So it is growing. I need to cut the raspberries back still. I need to get around to doing that. But I've dug and rotavated all of this part here. So what I've done is I've dug, this part was dug last year. And what I've done is I've spread all the muck around all over and rotavated all of that in. And I basically, from around here, I dug from there down to there, and I've also rotavated all of that. So all this is dug now. That's where the potatoes are going to go. The new tunnel's going to go here. So that's dug over quite nicely. And then the front part, this is pretty much as it was. I noticed the rhubarb starting to shoot through. I don't know if you can see that bit there. Just zoom in. You can see that's starting to come through there, and also at the end we've got some rhubarb coming up there as well, so that's doing quite well. I've dug all of this over here. All of that was dug. You saw me digging a bit of this last video. I've dug the remainder of this, and I've also rotavated. Now this needs to be rotavated again really, so I'll probably rotivate this again. I'll leave this to dry a bit, and then I'll rotivate it and then level it all off. I seem to have developed a bit of a hump in the middle. But I've been basically digging this week, so I've dug all of that over, rotavated it. Obviously this was dug last year, so all of the wood chip now has been moved. I've bagged it up here and obviously spread it around. I've put some on the rhubarb. Obviously the big pole was over there, so all that's gone now. I just need to clear up this bit here. This is the old the beans, so what I'll probably do, I'm not sure if I'll compost this or just burn it, to be honest with you. But I'll, one way or the other, I'll get rid of that. And I've obviously rotavated all of this, so I just wanted to do you a really quick tour. When I was digging, there was a little bit of bindweed, as you can see. I'll just chuck that out onto the path to kill it. But I didn't fetch the weeds out, or at least I didn't fetch any of the annual weeds out. All I've done is just dug those in. As I say, the tunnel's going to go here, so what I'll do is I'll get the tunnel on now, and then give it a quick go around getting all the weeds out, and then the brassicas aren't going to be planted in there for at least another couple of months, so any weeds that come through, well, obviously I can get in there and just pull them out. But I wanted to rotivate this now, because once the tunnel's here, I'm not going to be able to get inside with the rotavator because of the fumes off the petrol engine. So I've rotavated this now, well, particularly this bit here, so I can get that done. So I just wanted to do a very quick tour so you could see what was going on. All of the espalier trees have started to bud. As you can see, I've got growth buds on here. These are the justerberry bushes, so they're all starting to shoot here as well. Look, you can see all the little buds coming. This tree here, this is the I think this is the which tree is this? This is the cherry tree in the middle. As you can see, all these little buds coming, so everything is starting to grow. Another justerberry bush here, again all covered in buds, and then we've got the pear tree at the end there, all coming into so I might even get some blossom on this year. So that's what it looks like. I did do a tour video last week before I did all the digging, so I might patch a little bit of that in here so you can see what it looked like last week. But this has really changed over the past week. Obviously it's all been dug, rotavated and got ready. So what I'm going to do now is move the tunnel around to here, and obviously you'll see that on the tunnel video, the last part of that. So I'm just basically getting ready to bring the tunnel onto the allotment. So that's that bit. I just need to get around now to doing the strawberries, and I'm pretty much on top of it. So that's what the allotment looks like on the 19th of March. Okay, before it gets too dark, I just want to quickly show you the tunnel. I've got it in place now. I've just been putting the final few bolts in at the bottom here and at the top, just hold it all together. So that's basically the location. It may move slightly backwards and forwards as I'm finishing it off, but that's pretty much the location for it now. I was intending to have it about a foot off this path here, pretty much as it is now. This bit here just needs to nudge over slightly. I don't think it's 100% square yet, but I was going to have it something like that, so I could get a few sunflowers at the front here. But as you know, I was intending to put the beans up the back. Now there's not that much room at the back of this, as you can see. I'm not sure if that's enough room to get the beans up. It's very slightly longer than, I don't know if you can see, but the other tunnel is around 6 inches or so shorter. So I mean, it's not a problem as such, but I need to kind of move it backwards and forwards to get the best spacing. I mean, I might be all right to get the beans down there. I'm not sure, but I'll have to measure it up. But anyway, I just wanted, before it goes too dark, I just wanted to quickly show you the tunnel. It does look a lot. It kind of dwarfs the other one now, to be honest with you, because it is that much bigger. But that's what it looks like. So I'm going to do a quick haul video. Now I've been over to Wilko's and buying the usual bits and bobs, but I've picked up a few bargains, so I thought I'd share them with you. Now, seed-wise, I've bought some more seeds. Now this is from the Wilko's seed range, and to be honest with you, Wilko's is a really good place for getting seeds from. They're really cheap and they are really good quality. Now I've been buying seeds from Wilko's for years now, and really they never disappoint. So I'll just quickly rattle through these. So I've got some Wild Rocket. I grew that last year. That's from the Wilko range. That's like £1.30, so you can't go wrong really. Some more parsnips. So these are the Gladiator F1s. I also grew these last year from Wilko's. Spinach beet. I know I've already got some of this, but what I want to do is, as I said, you know, the spinach didn't do particularly well last year. I think that was mainly my fault, to be honest. So I'm going to put plenty in this year because it is one of my favourite vegetables. Sweet peas. I've got 3 varieties of sweet peas. I want to grow sweet peas in a few places this year. I do like sweet peas because as you're walking around, the smell's really nice, and they're a nice flower to cut and take in the house as well. You know, you can have a little vase with these. So I've got 3 different varieties. One's the old-fashioned mix, again from Wilko's. One's it's called Singing the Blues. I've not seen this variety before. This grows around 2 metres high. So I'll be sowing these in a clip. I'll do in this video probably. And this is the Royal Mix. I had this mix last year. If you remember last year, I grew the Royal Mix, and I also grew the RAF, which is the red, white and blue mix, which is to celebrate, I think, I don't know, something other than the RAF. Anyway, I've also got some iceberg lettuce as salad. I'll be growing that quite possibly in the greenhouse, to be honest with you, early on. So I've got some iceberg lettuce. I'll also be growing some outside as well. I'm not quite sure where I'm going to put it yet, but iceberg lettuce again, £1 for that. I've got some more tomatoes. These are Gardener's Delight. These are the little cherry type tomatoes. So I'm going to have 2 types of cherry tomatoes this year, and I'll be sowing these very shortly. But yeah, 80p for a packet of seeds. You can't go wrong really. And there's quite a few seeds in there actually. There's 75 seeds in there, and they're good till 2019. So they'll probably do me for the next 3 years, to be honest with you. And I've got some more beetroot as well. This is beetroot Detroit 2. Not done this one before, but that's another pack of seeds. Now, Wilko's at the moment are doing three for the price of 2. So basically, if you buy, obviously I've got 9 packs of seeds here. So if you buy 3 packets of seeds, the cheapest one is free basically. So I've done really well with these seeds. So Wilko seeds come highly recommended. They don't only do their own seeds, they also do another variety. I can't remember the name now, but I've got all the ones that were in there. But anyway, Wilko seeds. Right, next thing I've bought is now you probably saw some pictures of these last year. I had some of these in the garden. Now these are Dahlia. It's called Mystery Day. Now these are really nice dahlias, and I'll be showing you a quick clip how to grow these. Now I have had a couple of comments on previous videos how to do it. So what I'll do is I'll show you from scratch. So obviously this is as you buy them. What I would suggest when you go into a shop, this is not particularly to Wilko's, I think you'll be alright there, but if you go into a shop, always check that the tubers are in sort of healthy. So you know, when you first pick them up, just have a look at the tubers, make sure that they're nice and hard, they're not squidgy. There's no signs of sort of fungus or any white mould or anything like that on them. So they should feel firm, nice and hard, and they should be a reasonable size. Obviously this one here, that's got a few more in there, so there's actually, I think I've got possibly two or three plants worth in there, to honestly, that's a bit bigger. So as you can see, always check the tubers. If they feel soft, or if there's any signs of white mould or mildew on them, don't buy them. Anyway, these, I've got 2 lots, exactly the same one. Now, these are £1 each. Wilko's have got loads of different varieties. I do love this type, which is the purple with the white bits at the end. I do think it's the prettiest dahlia out there, to be honest with you. And if you look after these, they'll serve you for years. So what I'll do a quick video clip on how to plant these and how to look after them when they're flowering and stuff, which is really all you need to do. Now dahlias are reasonably high maintenance. You need to keep on top of dahlias. I'll come to that in another clip. But some more dahlias from Wilko's, and I've also got the onion sets. Now this is why I went to Wilko's. I've found the onion sets in Wilko's are really good quality, so I can't shout their praises enough. Now Turbo is always the one I go for. They've got about 6 or 7 varieties in there, to be honest with you, but Turbo is the one I go for. As you can see, what you're looking for, a nice big set. And you know, you're looking to see that there's no sort of mouldy ones or anything like that. But to be honest with you, you're unlikely to this time of year. But if they're shooting, if there's any little shoots coming out of them, I'd avoid them. If there's any that have gone sort of mouldy or squidgy, I wouldn't sort of buy them. But what you're looking for are nice sized sets like that, nice firm. You know, they're not sort of squidgy in any way, shape or form. If they're like that, you can't go far wrong. So I've got three bags of these, which are all Turbo. Sorry, that's not the Turbo ones. I'm going to try one variety I've not tried before. These are all Turbo. So these are £1.50 for well, 500 grams. So there's probably 120, 130 in a bag, I'd say, somewhere around there. So I would say a bag will probably do your standard length row, you know, a sort of 24-foot long row in an allotment. These will probably do 3 rows, something like that. So I've got 3 bags of Turbo. I'm also growing this variety, and this is Stirren, I think that's how you pronounce it. Let me just see that. Stirren, I think is that. No, I've not grown these before, but these are supposed to be, again, same price, £1.50 for 500 grams. And these are supposed to be a nice flavour and also a nice size, medium sized. I don't grow big onions because I find that a medium sized onion is more than enough for most dishes, and if you need more you can have a couple. But I find that the larger onions, the large onions don't taste as nice, and it's all kind of watery. So I find that the medium-sized onions have got a good flavour and they're the right kind of size for cooking with. So anyway, that's another variety of onions I'm growing this year. Also, I bought some more pots. Now these, I can't sing the praises of these pots enough. These are the pots I use all the time, and I always buy a few every year from Wilko's, and these are basically 1, 2, 12. So there's a dozen for £1, and really you can't go wrong. Now, the reason these are good is they all fit together. So you know, if you've got round pots, you've got loads of space wasted basically, but these will all sit together nicely. And also, what you do find with these is things don't get pot bound so much. So if you put a plant in there, what happens if it's a round pot, the root will go round and round and round the pot. If you've got a square pot, the roots tend to go down, which is exactly what you want. So these come highly recommended. Wilko's £1. And finally, I've got some more of these trays from Wilko's. These are like the little cells, and I'll be going all sorts of the vegetables in there. Now again, these are £1. There's 3 there, so really can't go wrong. So that was today's haul. Just a really quick update on the leeks. I don't know if you can see, but we've got little leeks appearing, so they've come up really quickly. But this week we've had a reasonable sweep in temperature in the greenhouse. It's actually been up to 39 degrees centigrade in this greenhouse this week, and it's been down to minus 1.8. So, you know, there has been, you know, sort of times where, you know, it's been really warm in here. But with the seedlings now, I've taken the glass off the top, and I'll just give these a little bit of water. They are a little bit dry at the moment, and they're the leeks started off. So the asparagus hasn't come through yet, but that's got time. That asparagus tends to be a little bit more sort of longer to germinate, but the leeks are through. So funny enough, I'm just about to dig up last year's leeks. Just a really quick tip. I've got about a dozen leeks left over in the ground, and obviously I wanted to dig it. So what I've done is I've dug them up, left as much dirt on the roots as I possibly can do, and I've put them into this big pot and just put a spade full of dirt in there just to keep them happy. Now they'll keep in there for a couple of weeks, so if you're not going to use them straight away and you want to clear the ground, just bob them in a pot like that, and then you can just come up and take them out as and when you need them. So I hope this episode has been of some use to you. Please don't hesitate to put any comments or questions you've got below, and I'll always get back to you, and I'll see you on the next episode of Chimps.com.